All right, welcome back everyone. It is an absolutely picture perfect day here in Flagstaff. 65 degrees, sun is out, light breeze, all the snow is melting. So obviously I've got the Himalayan out and I'm going for a nice ride down Lake Mary Road just to enjoy this wonderful day. On top of that, it's also spring break week here, so I'm just decompressing a little bit and it feels magnificent. Now there's also a lot of other news to celebrate, most notably that we did just hit 2,000 subscribers on the channel, which is freaking awesome. So just like the last time I made a video like this, I just want to say thank you for tuning in to my silly little videos and following along as I go on my goofy little adventures. So with that said, I thought it would be a good time to, well, take the bike out first of all and enjoy the weather, but also to talk about my plans for the next few months, because I do have some pretty cool stuff planned that I'm quite excited about. So let's get into it. First things first, coming up in just a few short weeks, I have my first adventure of the year, and that is a 50-mile bike ride down in Mesa called the Tour de Mesa, and it's just going to be a blast. I've been getting out on my road bike quite a bit, riding it, just getting some time in the saddle and building up my endurance. Went for a 35-mile bike ride just last weekend, so I'm very excited to do this 50-mile ride. There's a group of us doing it, and it's just going to be really fun. So that's my first adventure. I'll make sure to get some footage there. The very next weekend, I'm running a 100K foot race up in Zion National Park, which is just going to be off the charts, bonkers beautiful. So I will make sure I get quite a bit of footage there as well. I think it's just going to be really fun. Even if I go slow and take my time, I'm just looking forward to getting out on the trails and just soaking it in, you know? So then that's also in April. Moving on to the end of April, very shortly after that, I have my first motorcycle adventure trip. So the end of April, me and a few other guys down in southern Arizona are going to be doing a motorcycle scavenger hunt rally. So it's called the Crooked Raven Rally, and basically the point of this adventure ride is that there's something like 500 GPS waypoints that we need to try and tag, and we have 48 hours to tag as many of these waypoints as we can. And it's basically just choose your own adventure and bring a bunch of, quick camping gear, get out there, go as long as you want, tag as many as you want, throw down a sleeping pad, get a few hours of sleep, and get back on the bike and just keep going. So it's totally something that's like up my alley that I'm very excited to do, and I think it's just going to be really fun. And what's even cooler is all of the guys that I'm doing it with are also riding Himalayan. So it's going to be like a little Himalayan rally. And I just think it's going to be a blast. And I'm going to get a ton of good footage. And yeah, it's just going to be so much fun. Wow, there's some water down in Lake Mary. It's more like Puddle Mary, but hey, it's okay. We still like it. So that's at the end of April, right about the time the semester ends, which is also good timing. All right, so then that puts us into May. Now for May, the focus is primarily going to be on research-related stuff. So a little bit separate from the motorcycle and running adventures, but I'm going to be going up to the ice core lab in Denver and working on some ice core samples with one of my grad students. So that's going to be really cool. I'm going to get some awesome footage there. I know I showed you guys footage last year at the other cold lab, but I have not actually shown any footage from the ice core lab. So I'm very excited to get out there and do some really important research on some recently drilled ice cores from Antarctica. So that's mostly going to be the focus in May. Now, moving into June, the first weekend of June, got another bike ride. So I'm going to be participating in a charity bike ride that's 72 miles, and it circumnavigates Lake Tahoe. Now this ride is quite famous. It's actually called America's Most Beautiful Bike Ride, but I'm going to be doing it as part of a charity team for the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society. So a bunch of us are riding for charity. We're going to be raising money, and we're doing this 72-mile ride, and it's going to be awesome. I'm so excited to do this. A couple of my friends did it a few years ago, and I sort of like crewed for them, and I was really jealous, and I wanted to be out there with them. So this year I'm doing it. And so if you're interested in actually donating, I will have a link in the description if you'd like to throw me $5 towards the fundraising goal. I would be eternally grateful. As I said, we are raising money for blood cancers, and there's quite a few members of my immediate and extended family that have actually been impacted by blood cancers, so this has a very personal cause as well. So that is in early June. The very next weekend is NAZMAT, which is gonna be sick. I'm so excited. I've been starting to like dig into some of the details this week now that I've got some time to poke around in there. I've got the GPX files uploaded, but yeah, it's gonna be awesome. I'm really excited to sort of test out the routes in May to make sure everything's good to go, but as long as it is, I am just so looking forward to it. I've already gotten confirmation from at least a handful of people that are very hard yeses. They're definitely coming up, they're gonna attend. Plus I've probably got about 10 to 15 people that are kind of soft maybes. So I'm looking forward to seeing if we can get some of those folks. I mean, we may have 10-15 people doing this ride, which is just way more than I expected. So if you're interested, I'll put the link for that in the description as well. So definitely check it out. If you don't know what I'm talking about, it's going to be a 4-day adventure ride in the northern Arizona area. So come check it out. Come ride with me. We're going to be doing a lot of the same routes that I've recorded videos on over the last few years. So it's a really beautiful place to ride, and I made sure that all of the routes weren't too difficult, so sort of accessible to all skill levels. So that's in mid-June. The following weekend, I've got family coming into town. I'm going to do all the cool tourist spots. We're going to rent some ATVs down in Sedona, go bonkers, go to the Grand Canyon, just have fun, do all sorts of cool fun stuff. But then the coup de grace, the chef's kiss, will again be July. So in mid-July, I will again be headed towards Colorado for a similar style trip as to what I did last year, which is my ultimate destination is Silverton, so that I can again captain the aid station for the Hard Rock 100 foot race. But this year, instead of going across Navajo Nation and New Mexico, I'm going to be going up through Utah, and I've got a kick-ass route planned. I'm going to be going through Bryce, through Moab. I'm going to be doing some sweet trails in Moab, and then I'm going to cut over sort of into Aspen. I'm going to bang out 2 14ers up in the Elk Range, specifically Castle and Conundrum, which are 2 sort of easier ones. And then I'm going to slowly make my way back down through Gunnison and then over through Ouray and do a little bit of the Alpine Loop this year, which is even more cool. And then cap it off in Silverton with the Hard Rock race. So I have a jam-packed next 4 months that I am so impatient for right now. So yeah, needless to say, I am really excited and I can't wait to get out there. Incidentally, for those of you watching, this is on the NAZMAT course. So you will get to ride on this exact road if you come and ride NAZMAT with me. So it's a pretty fun little stretch up in here by Marshall Lake. I quite like it. It was one of the first places that I explored on the Himalayan. So if this looks like something you'd enjoy, consider coming on down. Come on down to Flagstaff Town. There's nobody up here. Wow. How muddy is this? Oh boy, it's a little muddy. Please don't fall. Oh man. I think I'm gonna go back out to the main road here and park where it's not quite so muddy. All right. Yes. Let's explore. That's what I'm thinking. I'm gonna go over here, see if we can't launch the drone. Get a little footage of this area. Last time I tried to launch the drone, it did not work well. It was crashing and wiping out and just not behaving. So I'm sad to say, but I think the drone might be a bust. Kind of working. Well, it keeps crashing, so I think that's the end of that. It gets caught up in the wind and then just gives up and comes sailing down into a fiery death. So, oh well. I think little Droney McDrone face here might be at its end. All right. Well, we're back at the bike. And we're going to go head home now and call it an end to this perfect, beautiful day. I have so much mud on the bottom of my shoes. It's kind of funny. I think I'm gonna try and drag my feet a little bit on the concrete here. Oh my God, so much mud. That's okay. What's life if you don't get to get a little bit muddy? Every time I come up over this hill, it reminds me of when I did that century ride on my new bike, because this was the very last mile right here coming down this descent. And I just remember, you know, the sun was already set, it was starting to get dark, and I was shredded, absolutely shredded. And I just remember plowing down this descent and being so relieved that somewhere right about here I could see my car off to the left over here in this parking area. 101.5. Should be able to see the car any second now. Just over here to the left. And yeah, I was parked right in there. And man, that was a good day. Really good day. Banging out 100 miles on the new bike, untrained. It was brutal. I was in rough shape after that ride. Woo. But I still did it in under 9 hours, which was pretty amazing for considering my lack of fitness. Thank you so much for following along. Again, thank you for the 2,000 subscribers. That's amazing. I guess the big question I have for all of you guys is to let me know if there's content that you'd like to see or information that you're going after with regards to the Himalayan or my trail running or my bikes or whatever it is, or whether it's climate science. I'm happy to talk about my research too. So just let me know. Let me know what you guys are itching to hear from me, and I will be happy to try and put something together that yeah, that's useful and hopefully entertaining. So, ooh, these cinders do sometimes make me a little nervous. They're so loose. Anyway, that's all I have. Thank you so much for following along. Take care. Be safe out there as always. Enjoy the weather. Hopefully it's getting warm where you are. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye.